Hi, everybody. Welcome to Late Night Gun Chat. I hope you all doing well. Just another Late Night Gun Chat. If you haven't seen this, it's just my opinions and you ask your questions and talk about whatever guns you want to talk about, and then, or whatever you want to talk about. And then, I give you my answers, and it's worth exactly what you paid for it for. So, anyway, we're going to bring Austin in from Reloading Weatherby. He's going to join us tonight. What's up, Austin?
Hey, how goes it?
It goes well. Hope you're doing well. So
I'm good.
cool. Yeah. So you were just telling me you're into 6.5 Creedmoor now. You like it?
No,
No.
nope.
Yep. All
But I
right. First
have been
question:
reloading for it.
Are there any good coyote hunting locations near Fairbanks? I don't live near Fairbanks. The guy you want to ask is Alaska Tools and Targets. What's his name? Gun? No, Allen is his name. Oh, geez. Let me look him up. I think I have his phone number in here. And I put phone numbers under channel name. So guns, guns and gear outdoor Alaska. He lives in Fairbanks. He's the one you want to look up. Also, uh, was it Alaska? Matt from Alaska Frontier One. He's the one to look up. Those two are the great ones to look up on YouTube for that. Um, but yeah, I mean, Fairbanks is probably loaded with coyotes. If you don't get a coyote, you'll call in a wolf. So there's there. All right, shout out the chat. Jareth Hogan was the first one here. 67 Rebel SST AMC. Grizzly Crazy. Marcus Hibden. What's up, Keith Gregory? Great collab. Follow both of you. Thanks.
Well, thanks,
Thanks,
you.
Navarro. How about them dogs? They look really good, man. So they look really good. I knew they were the team to beat this entire year, but is what it is. David Walcott, how's it going? Jason Driver, went to college with me and gives me a hard time about being a Tennessee fan growing up in Georgia. So, you know, I don't blame him though. I mean, after last night's win, you can't blame him. We hadn't
I
beaten in how many
I don't
years?
think I don't think TCU stood a chance, but I think TCU kind of crapped the bed. But credit to Georgia.
Agreed. Agreed. Like, Michigan beat Ohio State. Ohio State nearly beats Georgia. TCU beats Michigan, so you're thinking it should be a decent game, and then you get out there and it doesn't happen. So it is
Yeah,
what it is. And I'm sorry, but any NFL team that doesn't give Stetson Bennett a good shot is an idiot. Because the guy's a proven hard worker and winner. And he's got decent speed for a quarterback too. So any NFL team that doesn't give him a shot. Now I'm not a big NFL watcher because of the whole thing there, but that's that. So what's up, Scott Leeper? How you doing? Gray Shooter, really enjoying all the 10mm vids. Thanks, man. I got a bunch of those. I got some bullets. I got to load up. I got to load up the 125 grain Barnes. Um, typically the all copper bullets don't go as fast because they're huge on their. They're like the 125 grain Barnes is bigger than like a 180 grain hollow point. So, but I got to load up some more for that. So make sure you share those because a lot of those hadn't doing there. Should have been Heisman. Yeah, it's two SEC players that got shafted for the Heisman. Hendon Hooker and Stetson Bennett should have been Heisman. Absolutely. Yep. So apparently, FN came out with a 10mm. Feel like it won't be that good. I just never liked the grips on the FN. Never liked the grips. So, what's up, Hunter Kirk? Cleaning my P38 Luger Death Head, $8,600. There you go. So, anyway, but no, that was an interesting game. That's for sure. I thought it was going to be a much better game than that. I thought Georgia would win it by 21, but you know, winning it by 58 points is not a bad thing either. So, is what it is. Did BYU have a bowl game? Austin has frozen.
sorry,
There he.
Sorry,
Hey.
I was trying to multitask. Some
Yeah.
people are teasing me about reloading a 6.5 Creedmoor. Yeah, BYU had a bowl game. They won, but they didn't play anyone that hard. So
There you go. Cool. All right. So, what are your hunting plans for this year? This next year?
deer. So mule deer, and then if I'm lucky, I'll get a limited entry elk permit,
Mhm.
which hopefully, crossing my fingers, probably not. But then if that doesn't happen, then I'll just do an over the counter elk tag. So
Cool.
What about you?
Black bear in the spring. Hopefully, going to actually do a bait station this year, and then probably do caribou on the Dalton Highway again. So
Nice.
So why wouldn't anybody tease anyone for reloading? That's a good point. Haha, 6.5 Creed. There you go. Hey Chuck, do you know much about the Ruger Ranch 6.5 ERC? I don't like the stocks on the Ruger American series. The Ranch seems to be a little bit better on the triggers and stuff. And 6.5 PRC is a great caliber. Just make sure you get a 24-inch barrel at least in 6.5 PRC. You don't want a 22. So there's that.
Do they come in 22 inches?
Sometimes I've seen even a 20-inch barrel in 6.5 PRC. I was like,
That's useless.
might as well shoot in 6.5 Creedmoor then. So
Yeah.
Or just get it in rebarreled in a man's caliber, like 6.5 by 284 Norma. Just kidding. Just kidding. That's a joke. Okay. Thoughts on those True Velocity plastic cases? Well, they're polymer cases, not plastic. Otherwise, they wouldn't work. Yeah. Chook likes them. If they feed and they're accurate out of your gun and they work, I don't see that. So,
aren't they crazy expensive and you can't reload them, right?
Yeah, they're on the shelves right now at Cabela's and Bass Pro here. So yeah, they are like $60 a box. So
what's the point of them?
Supposedly to save heat on the chamber of machine guns.
Okay.
So they're developed for that. Now they're trying to market it, and then they do save weight. They are lighter, but having picked up a box in my hand, it's like they don't save that much weight.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think Jason, you're right. That's the Predator, Ruger Predator. Yeah, that's correct. Yep. See a nice fatty black bear in Butte past summer. I saw. Yeah, I don't live that far from Butte. I saw one down the road a couple times. We had one across our yard while we weren't home. The neighbor saw it, and we had another one by the mailboxes. So, yeah. So you're into reloading 6.5 Creedmoor?
Nope. Just for the YouTube content.
What you loading up?
140 grain custom competition bullets.
Hmm.
I even have some Superformance powder. And if these primers would work, I really wanted to see if I could get to 2,800 feet per second, because apparently you can. I have my doubts.
It's pushing it. 2750, I think, would be about the max.
That's what I think.
Unless you got a long barrel, unless you got like at least a 24, if not a 26. But
yeah, I just have a 22 inch, so I highly doubt it'll get 28 if I can ever get him to fire. So,
all right. Good evening, New York Prepper. What does caribou taste like? Honestly, it's got its own unique taste and smell. It tastes like, oh wow, my kid dropped something up there. I get all mine ground into burger, so is what it is. So, in the burger, it's a little more fatty than deer, so it slightly stays together better. Tastes a little bit more tender than deer. So, is it BR2 is giving you trouble, Wyatt Graham? Austin, I think he's talking to you.
I don't know what a BR2 is.
The Bench-Rest 2 primers from CCI.
Oh, yeah, that's how little I know them. Yeah. They won't fire in my 270, and now this 6.5 Creedmoor is having issues with them.
Little less of a wild tasting. It's better tasting than venison. Yep. All right, here's a good question. Dave Wolcott. 16 or 18-inch barrel for an AR. Depends on what you're doing with it. The last one I built was 20-inch, and I was deciding between 18, 20, or 22. And so I figured, well, get the best barrel that's on sale. That's what I did. And so now I got two 20-inch ARs. But anyway, yeah, I need to get rid of one. I only need one for the channel. Anyway, it depends on what you're doing with it. Sorry, let me focus here. 16-inch barrel for home defense, home protection. You know, it's what's by your bedside at night. You need to go around corners. Yes. You didn't think 2 inches would make that big of a difference, but it does. No, that's what she said.
Oh, I was about to say that.
Yeah. And anyway, it's harder to corner with an 18-inch barrel. I mean, it can be done. You know, train yourself, but stuff. 18-inch barrel is going to get you not at velocity of a 20-inch barrel, but it's going to be closer. You don't lose as much between 20 and 18 as you do between 18 and 16. Okay. And I've got a couple videos proving that. You know, from 18 to 16, you lose 150 feet per second. You might lose 80 to 100 feet per second, probably closer to 75 between 18 and 20 inch. In 5.56 ammo. It has to be 5.56 ammo, not 223 for that to be the case. So, yeah. So that being that, I would say for an AR-15, all right, this is a big difference than AR-10 because you have more diameter in AR-10, more width room for the barrel as well, and so it's a big time difference there. But in an AR-15, I would go 16-inch if you're home defense, 18-inch if you want an all-around rifle. So, good to see you, Leonard Morgan. How you doing, David Neal from Down Under? All right. T2BRFU 458 Bushmaster, 458 SOCOM, or 50 Beowulf. Which one can you find the ammo for in your area? Because they're all right about the same. So that would be the answer. I have a 458 SOCOM. I can find the ammo in my area. I do have the ability to hand load it. I hadn't started yet. But the bigger issue with that is, you know, you're going to have to play around with all of them to get them to be reliable. But if you're just buying a straight up rifle, the 450 Bushmaster seems to be the best. You got an opinion on any of this, Austin?
I agree with you. Whatever you can find.
Yep.
I haven't shot any of those bigger.
Yep, that's correct, David Neal. The wider it is, the cartridges, the less muzzle velocity is lost because more powder burns in the width of the barrel, not just the length of the barrel. Somebody was supposed to be sending me some bullets. He was telling me the difference between a 20-inch and a 23-inch 375 Ruger is like 20 to 40 feet per second. And I can attest to that because we were like 50 feet per second less maybe than what the box said out of my cameraman's 375 Ruger. So I like bull pup rifles. I think they're great. Triggers suck though. Generally speaking, triggers suck. So if you can live with a crappy trigger, do that. But it's what it is. So man, I just find a sharp. I'm not a big hunting knives guy. That's true. I just find a sharp knife, like a K-bar or something, like that, buck knife, something futtery like that, and use that, man.
Yeah,
Keep
I'm
it
not very
sharp.
picky with you.
I feel just deer with a pocket knife before. It's actually easier. And then yeah, I think the one I have now is a Tops knife, and the only reason why I have it is because one of my Patreon members, Daniel, sent it to me. So it is what it is. So, do you trust the Glock 29 OEM barrel? I do, but I got a heavier spring in it. So, is what it is. All right, here's one for you, Austin. 7mm Rim Mag versus PRC in the real world of 7mm. Isn't the 7mm Weatherby better than both? So I would say define better. Is it faster than both? Yes. Does it have the proper case length to properly size the neck like the PRC does? No, probably not. All right. But is it faster than both? Yeah. I mean, so it just depends on what you're going for. If you're wanting to shoot matches, you go with the PRC, even though the other ones are faster. You're going to not wear out your throat as fast. So,
with that being said, the Weatherby's not that much faster than a PRC, about 100 feet per second faster. It actually has the same case dimensions as the Rem Mag, but for whatever reason, it's 200 feet per second faster. One thing to consider is the Weatherby is only chambered in a 1 in 10 twist. So if you're wanting to shoot high BC bullets, the Weatherby's not really an option. Unless you're at really high elevation, then I guess you could. So if you like shooting 160 grain and lower, the Weatherby's great.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Says, are you doing any hunting with the 10mm or bear defense only? As of right now, bear defense only, but I might go do deer hunting in the lower 48 with a 10mm at some point. Jason, my cameraman here, says that 375 Ruger is a nice handy rifle. That is correct. I use a Steyr bullpup in the Army, great rifle, but the ergonomics are not as great as the AR conventional type. Agreed. Do you prefer extreme penetrators and OEM barrels or hardcast? Neither. I prefer the Buffalo Bore Dangerous Game Series monometal flat nose. They're going to get your best penetration. They're going to be less foot-pounds of energy than both because it's a really super long copper bullet, but they penetrate better than anything else. So that's my answer. Neither. If I were going to use an OEM barrel, my preference would be in order of preference, it'd be the 190 grain Buffalo Bore Dangerous Game. Then it would be the extreme penetrators. Then it would be the coated hard cast from Underwood. Yeah. Ammo availability is usually the issue with those Weatherby calibers. Exotech MDR. I've shot one. That's a nice gun. So. Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. I got a Tops knife now that is really nice, and I carry with me everywhere when I hunt. But it's only because somebody gave me that Tops knife. It's nice. I like it. I won't use anything else, but worth it to spend the coin for a complete 460 rolling kit for a Glock Model 30. Absolutely. Absolutely. Make sure it comes with the new springs. And you might only get 9 rounds in the 10-round magazine with those springs, which is okay. You're only supposed to. That was one that Glock did not. The Model 30, they often said, don't do 10 plus 1, just do 10 total. 9 plus 1. It's okay with me. Maybe not my knife because I got tired of store-bought hunting knives. A nice curve to slice effectively, long enough to fillet fish with also. So win-win. There you go. Yep, there you go. One last question is that I have no idea. No idea. Good luck. Good evening, Jason. How is the powder and primer supply in Anchorage? We have a lot of small pistol magnums, large pistol magnums, occasional small rifles. If you want to try to find large rifle or large rifle magnums, good luck. I've recently traded for a brick and bought a brick of large rifle magnum and traded for a brick of large rifle, and I am tickled to death.
Lucky you.
Yeah, that's for sure. You're down to your primers you don't even like. If I could send you some, I would, but I physically can't do it.
Yeah, I know.
How you doing, James? No, that's the first I've heard about this. What do you think about the ATF going after AR lowers? I don't know what they would have to go after them for. What legal grounds would they have to go up after them for? So, large rifle primers are almost distinct. Yep. I'll have to look that up, Marcus. I know they were going after 80% lowers, but I didn't know they were going after just pure AR lowers. Hey guys, good evening. Hey. How's it going, the Therion? So, yeah. Yeah. What's up, Gunmetal Guy USA? Fierce Rifles offers a 7mm rim mag and a 1-in-8 twist. Wouldn't that be better than a PRC due to ammo availability, better ammo, and more affordable reloading? Probably, yeah. That's argumentable. And you probably get just same speed if you had a 26-inch barrel instead of a 24.
Yeah, I would say go with the Rem mag.
Yep, that's me chewing on cough drops. I do it all the time. Throat hurts still, so. I may have just started hit and miss, though. Weird. Sure wish things get back in stock with powder, primer, bullets, brass. I plan on getting started for reloading, and I have all the equipment and done my homework on it, but now nothing is available. Good luck.
Yeah. You just really need primers. You can find powder if you look hard enough.
Yeah, that's true. You can find at least a powder to use. Maybe not the ones you wanted, but yeah.
I just picked up some Reloader 22. I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah.
But it was expensive.
What was it?
$60 before tax.
Oh, wow. Jeez. That's more than it was here. I paid $210 for a 5 pound jug just a few weeks ago. You got ripped off. But I don't blame you there. Convert a shotgun and black powder with a kit. Good luck. Yep. Radical left is really going crazy. All be left to the states. Look at Illinois. Governor didn't give us the right to bear. God did. There you go. Powder easy to find. What powder eats the barrel? What cartridge eats the barrel the fastest?
Nosler.
I'll probably say 22. Yeah. The Nosler cartridge is 26, 28, 30 Nosler.
Weatherby.
Yeah, Weatherby. I had a bad. I've had it before in 270 because I used to shoot 100 grain bullets at deer. 110 grain bullets, and it throat eroded really bad. That was that. All right, let's see. 22 250 probably as well. I bet that eats the thing. 338 caliber components are so hard to get a hold of. Yes, they are. I got a friend at church who just all he needs is I'm gonna give him 100 primers. All he needs is brass, but he can't even find brass. You can find bullets. .220 Swift hands down. Yeah, except the 22.
One.
Yeah, 22 250 is actually faster. So, yep, powder's 2 to 3 times what it was more. Okay, here's a good one: Bergara, Tikka, or something else. I go Bergara over Tikka any day of the week. Not even close.
I kind of agree with you. I have little experience with both, but of the ones that I've shot, I like Bergara. I think Tikka rifles look and feel a little cheap. But
I wouldn't say that. But I mean, I've got one sitting next to me somewhere. But it's in
the 6.5 Creedmoor that I'm loading up for is a Tikka.
Mm-hmm. I like Tikkas. I wouldn't say they're cheap, but I
no,
mean, they're
I know.
Savage Axis.
Maybe just their stocks look cheap.
Yeah, I agree with that. And they don't have the rise and comb that I need. I need to get my head up, and so I end up down here, for a comfortable cheek weld on them, and then I'm like chin on the stock, because there's such a good drop in comb. So is what it is. Anyway, I would go. My Bergara is so smooth, I don't feel it take a round off the magazine. Now, those are the polymer Magpul magazines and the 5-round magazine it comes with, which is also a 5-round polymer magazine. So I don't feel it take the round off. That's how smooth my Bergara is. And it's way smoother than my Tikka, and everybody thinks that Tikkas are smooth. It's not even a question. My Tikka is smoother than other rifles I have. There's not even a question. I already have a Weatherby Vanguard. You haven't been watching the channel lately. Mm-hmm.
He's telling Hopeful Ballistics to do it. Go get one.
Ballistics. Oh, yeah. I thought he was telling me to do it. Sorry, Leonard. I apologize. My brain is just not here today. Yeah, I love my Weatherby Vanguard First Light. Get the First Light or the Meat Eater. I think those are some really good, nice rifles. Is it all right to post a link for large rifle primers that are in stock? Over on my MeWe page, you can go post it. Go to my MeWe page. It's in the description of most of my videos. Not this one yet, because I didn't put it in this one yet. But you can go there, post it. Absolutely. A 7mm Ultra Mag each barrels, 6.5 300 each barrels. I was listening to grease hold up in Alaskan temperatures. I have no idea. I'm not a lithium grease guy. 22-250 faster than 220 Swift. I would debate you on that one, my friend. Austin, you did the video.
Technically, 220 Swift is faster.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that.
But they're like within 100 feet per second of each other.
Oh, well, I was doing my research when you went into the 60 grain bullets for the body armor testing I was doing with 22-250. The 22-250 shot the 60 grainers a lot faster. So it was almost 100 feet.
I don't know. I'm just
swing the other way.
I'm just going off the reloading books, and they had the 220 Swift faster.
Yeah, I mean, let's see if Barnes has any data for 220 Swift. That'd be kind of cool.
The 220 Swift is kind of a dead cartridge, though.
Yeah. Barnes 220 Swift load data. Here we go. Apparently, I already downloaded it.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. So their 36 grain is getting about what in Barnes they're really similar. But they don't even list a 55 grain. The highest they got here is a 53 grain. Yeah, their 53 grain is barely a little bit more than the 55 grain in the 22-250. That was the issue I ran into, is if you did find 60 grain reloading data, I think Hornady had some. It was slower then. It was slower in the 60 grain bullets. I could be wrong.
I'm looking up the book right now.
Yeah, actually, there are no tags for polar bears in Alaska. You have to go to Canada actually to hunt them.
So FYI, they are identical in velocity for 60 grain bullets.
There you go.
In Hornady manual.
Mm-hmm. And the Barnes was listing a whole lot faster than the Hornady manual, about 150 feet per second. So there you go. That's where I got my data from. 300 Win Mag is awesome. Yeah, there you go. That has a standard one, 338 Win Mag. Yep. Listen, is this the same bullet diameter, same bullet tip, same powder load, but the 220 Swift can add about 5 more grains of powder? Apparently not with the 62 grain bullets. There's no data on it.
So with the 35 grain bullet, the 220 Swift is 100 feet per second faster.
With a 35 grain bullet?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Heat and rapid fire eats barrels. Unless you shoot 1,500 rounds in the fast magnums, don't worry about it. But who could afford that much ammo?
Yeah, I've heard if you just let your gun cool, and if you're not just like shooting a ton of rounds, your barrel should be fine in a hot magnum. If that makes any sense.
Yes, David Thompson, we know all 22 centerfire rifles are .224 diameter loads. Yes, we know that. Sure, I'm sure somebody in the chat didn't know that though. Can natives still hunt polar bears? I believe they can. Yes. I could be wrong. There's no way a heavier bullet goes faster. Well, then show me some load data. There is no load data for 62 grain 220 Swift. Because to be honest with you, if it were 100 feet per second faster, I would have used it instead of the 22-250 in my last body armor video. Because I was loading up 22-250 with 62 grain bullets, military bullets, all right, in order to pierce body armor. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. Okay, I loaded green tip M855 ball. I loaded 55 grain full metal jacket. I loaded the new steel tipped copper core M855 A1. So I like the Herbless stocks. Everly stocks. How do you pronounce it? Herbless stocks. Everly stocks. I like them. They're my favorite. I'm going to get the Team Elk one, I think, next year. I keep telling myself I was going to get this year, but talking about bullet going, Mach 3 to Mach 5 is all about the stabilization as far as accuracy. Yep, sure. And that's why I got a 1 in 7 twist barrel, too. Yep. I want to see 62 grain military loads, David Thompson. I want to see a load from 62 grain military ball. Or 62 grain TTSX. That's where I got my data from. Yeah, there's that. Seiko is the best. Yes, Seiko is the best. That's cool. So what's your next gun, Austin? I know it's going to be a while, but
I
wife gets me.
don't have a 7mm, so I feel like I got to get one in 7mm. So
Yeah.
I'm leaning towards 280 Ackley improved.
Yeah, that's a good cartridge. Kimber makes a good hunting rifle. They sell through Cabela's only, but it's a good rifle. It's not the ultra light Magnum one that Chuk has in 270, ultra light one, but it's the next lightest one, and it's like half the price. It's not $1,500-$1,600. It's like $800-$900.
Nice.
And especially if you're going to be a sheep hunter, that's the one to get, right?
Yeah.
So,
what about you? Next rifle cartridge.
Next rifle cartridge. I mean, my next gun's probably going to be a handgun, but next rifle cartridge. Let's see. I'm probably going to sell the 22-250 since it didn't pierce the body armor like I wanted it to. I might keep it in case somebody sends me some more body armor to test, but if going with that theme of piercing body armor, well, 300 Win Mag didn't do it, but it almost went through with that AP bullet. So I might go to 30-378 Weatherby. Just
That'd
go
be
with
cool.
the fastest 30 caliber. If that 163 bullet out of a 26-inch barrel is going 33-30 in 300 Win Mag, there's no reason why it shouldn't be starting to hit close to 35 in a 26-inch barrel, 33-78. Yeah, it's the Kimber Ascent, the Mountain Ascent, and then they have a Hunter version. The Kimber Mountain Ascent's the one Chuk has, and that would be the one. I've actually seen that one on the shelf at Cabela's in 280 Ackley improved. So the rifle's out there, okay, and it gets sold quickly because people love that cartridge. So that would be a good one. My Hodgson Bible says 35.95, H414, 42 grains. Cool. Barnes TTSX, and the Barnes TTSX data on Barnes is 36.98, 43.0 grains. 43.3 grains of 40.3 grains of H380. So that's 100 feet per second less than 22-250. And that's exactly the speed my M855 balls were going. They were going 36.98. So I'm sorry. There you go. All right. So beat it by 100 feet per second, my friend. The video's on the channel. Go watch it. Go every year, including airfare accommodations, and it's all over just over 3,000. There you go.
I hit too many back buttons.
There you go. My state just banned assault rifles. Hopefully they ban assault rocks next. I'm moving to Alaska, gentlemen. Good luck. We're a purple state. Heck, we might be next. Who knows? I go to somewhere redder than here. I go to Idaho or Wyoming or someplace solid red than here. Missouri.
Wyoming's a safe bet.
Yeah. Missouri's a pretty safe bet. Now, this would be interesting. So if you could get a hold of the current military bullet for the 6.8, would it go through level 4 body armor in 270? That would be interesting because they load that 6.8 to 80,000 PSI pressure with the dual casing, the steel and brass case. And I don't think you're going to get that same bullet at that pressure, being that it is a 130 grain bullet and it's traveling 14,000 feet or 3,000 feet per second out of a 14.5 inch barrel. So put both 22-inch or 24-inch barrels on both cartridges, I don't think you're going to do that much different than the actual speed of the military round. Now, if you have a friend who can get a hold of some of those for me, let me know. But I think the way to go would be put it in 6.8 Western or put it in 270 WSM or 270 Weatherby. 270 Weatherby is still the fastest 270 cartridge, right?
They have a 27 Nosler now.
27 Nosler. Yeah. So the way to go, if you wanted to try that, would be put it in 27 Nosler. Nope. See, that data is poor. That data is poor. That is literally 200 feet per second less than what Barnes has it rated for. That data is poor. You're right. 220 Swift can only push 100 feet per second on. No. 220 Swift is 100. Your data for 220 Swift is 100 feet per second less than what 250 got. It's in the Barnes data, and I did it on the channel, man. So sorry about that, but you're wrong. Need to ban the criminals with firearms. You know it. Yep. What's the oldest cartridge still in use today? I have to say 22 LR. Yeah, followed by 30-06. I mean,
30-30
right?
Winchester.
Yeah, 45-70. 9mm is pretty old, actually, isn't it? It's pre-World War I, too. Yeah. What year was .22 LR invented? 1887. So what year was the 30 cartridge invented?
22 LR is older.
1895. So yeah, that would be probably right. That didn't know Alaska was purple. What purple though? Idaho may go blue eventually. Boise exploding. All Californians moving in. Yep. 22 short is the oldest. There you go. Yep. Didn't they have 22 short as far back as the Civil War? $1857. Yep. 22 rimfire. 22 short was the first American metallic cartridge. There you go. Yep. All right. Yeah. So when are you getting a handgun? What handgun you getting, Austin?
You got to give me a recommendation. I assume it's going to be a Glock, right?
No, I actually like Glocks. I like Glocks. I like Glocks a lot, but they're not right for everybody.
Yeah.
What do you want the handgun for? There's the question. You know, bedside, concealed carry on a daily basis. You know, what do you want it for? And then that's where the answer goes to.
Probably a bedside.
In that case, you got a big house or a small house?
Nope.
What?
No.
Small. Then yeah, I would probably go with a Glock 34 personally. Any 5-inch or longer barrel, 9mm. So is what it is. Yeah. All right. You do know why they call it a 30-06, don't you, buddy? It's OUGHT, OUGHT, which is another slang form or Old English form of
Zero.
Zero. Yeah. So that's why they call it 30-06. But why do they call it 30-06? It sounds like a dad joke. Because it's really a 30-03. Yeah. Shoot finally got his new Glock dialed. Yeah. Took Chuck cleaning it and actually shooting it for him to make it work. Yeah. Maybe 110 grain 6.8 Full Metal Jacket. But yeah, I mean, you're at 27 Nosler velocities, maybe. But I mean, the 40 grain Full Metal Jacket that had a thick jacket at 22,250 going 4,200 feet per second. 4,250. Yeah. It was is what it is.
I'm looking up 27 Nosler. What's the smallest bullet it'll shoot?
Yeah, my Hornady app isn't working on my new phone. Oh, there it is.
They said 130 grain at almost 3,600. I'm sure you can shoot a
So that
110.
means you can probably send that military bullet about, because it's a longer bullet, could be in steel core and stuff like that. They're longer because, lead's denser, right? And so you probably would be sending about 3550, 3525 safely if you got the military bullet. And they're sending it 3,000 feet per second out of a 14-inch barrel, which means if you put it in a 22-inch barrel, you're going to get at least 32, probably 33. So I don't know. So, yep. Okay. Question for Reloading Weatherby. What's your favorite Weatherby cartridge?
Probably the 300. I haven't shot the 257 enough to like really love it. I think it has a lot of potential, but I also really want a 340 Weatherby a lot, but I don't have one yet. So for now, 300 Weatherby.
Caribou gun, right?
Well, that would be my like.
Cool.
When I do come up, I don't know if I'll have a 340 by then, but I'll just bring the 300 if I don't have a 340.
There you go. 300 Weatherby are popular here in the East, believe it or not. Yeah, well, you got all this elk in Pennsylvania now. 1906 it was developed. Yeah. So, yeah, so back to me trying to pierce body armor. I think 3378 Weatherby is going to be the cartridge I get. I actually saw ammo on the store the other day. It's $129 a box, something like that.
Whew.
Yeah. Something like
You'd have to reload for that cartridge.
Absolutely. 223 DMR, how you doing? What's the largest Weatherby cartridge? 460 Weatherby, right?
Yep.
Puts a 458 Win Mag to shame.
Am I allowed to show some brass on live?
I don't know. I've done it before, so go ahead. Couldn't even.
This is a 3378 Weatherby, so a 460 would just be necked up to 458 diameter, right?
Yeah. You got some like 30-06 or something.
It's a massive case.
Yeah. Show somebody what like a 30-06 or a 300 Weatherby compared to that is.
I'll do a 30-06. Oh, how about this? One of your favorites. Here, I'm going to switch my camera.
Okay.
Okay. This is a 7mm Remington mag.
Yeah.
So it's a big difference.
Yep. So sure is. What's up, Scott? Drop it like it, Scott. Anyway, Prepper, how you doing? 30-06 or 300 Win for AP. It depends on what you're trying to do, but if you have AP bullets, neither one of them is going to go through modern level 4 body armor. Jason, I actually have somebody here with a Leupold Magnum. We're going to shoot at it. We're working that video. We're working on the details of that. So
that'll be sweet.
Can't hear nothing. That's weird. Everybody else hears it this time. I believe 7,000 foot-pounds, something like that.
I think 8,000.
So about half of what you need to stop the physical charge of a grizzly bear. So the 800-pound bear running at 25 miles an hour generates over 16,000 foot-pounds. What optic did you put on your 458 SOCOM? Nothing yet. I just got iron sights until it gets an optic when I figure it out and get it there. Getting all the details ready for SHOT Show. Yeah, I wish I could go, but I can't. I just can't take off that time of year. It's a bad time of year for me. Let's bring back 8-gauge shotguns. Why? Just because the 10 gauge isn't big enough. There you go. This is very true, David Thompson. Shoot a 300 Winchester Magnum. It's the only 30 caliber you'll buy anymore. How about that new 500 Bushwhacker? I do not know anything about it myself. So, how does body armor hold up to 460 Weatherby? I was assume pretty good because the bullet's slower, and because you need 3,300 feet per second plus good bullet construction to penetrate it. So so you need an armor piercing bullet at least 3,400 feet per second to actually get through there. And since the 460 Weatherby doesn't come close to that and doesn't have armor piercing bullets, I would say it would make a big old dent, and you wouldn't want to get hit by two of them, but you'd probably still die. But yeah, there's that.
You can shoot a 350 grain at 3,000 feet per second in a 460 Weatherby.
There you go. Is that the lightest bullet they make for it?
According to Hornady, it is. I don't know about other bullet manufacturers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is it 0.458 diameter?
Yeah.
So you could probably shoot that Monoflex 458 they put in the 458 in the 4570, that all copper bullet. It's a 250 grain. So I'm sure it would flatten out like a pancake, though, those velocities. Yeah. Where am I going to get $15,000 from, dude? Yeah. Man, that's awesome. Yep. That is awesome. That would be like getting hit by a truck. Yeah, maybe. Just got to come up with your own tungsten penetrator. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is, like, you can make your own bullets and you can make armor piercing bullets. You're just not allowed to sell them. So, good luck. If you know what you're doing. I have no idea what I'm doing on that. So, TII Armory channel for the 500 Bushwhacker. Okay. Yeah. Watched a video on 38 special load using Underwood new penetrator bullet. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, they get them going pretty fast. So, he's not my buddy. 57 T-Rex at body armor. Yeah. Didn't he already do that video?
I think so.
Yeah, technically by law, it is just handgun calibers that you cannot buy armor piercing bullets. The federal law states it specifically handgun calibers. Yeah. There's an old Soviet 9.3 round that was heavy, extra heavy, defeating that old gen armor. Yeah. But new modern level 4 ceramic and polypepper thing, whatever you call it, all that stuff, man, that stuff is good. So that stuff is good. It's hard to pierce that stuff. All right, we've been going about an hour. Austin, tell people what you got coming up on your channel.
I'm going to actually, I think it's going to be a surprise, but I'll put out a video on Thursday.
Cool. Yeah, I'm not putting up a video tomorrow since I put out 2 videos today on the different Olight products. If y'all hadn't seen those videos, go check them out. And don't forget to use discount code AB10 on stuff that is not on sale. And there are links to go get to the sale. So anyway, so I put out those videos today on Olight products they sent me to review. And I know a lot of people don't like Olight, but they've been doing good for me. So is what it is. But all that being said, I'll probably have a video out later this week, either Thursday or Friday. And then I'll get back to my regular Wednesday schedule, hopefully next week, and see what we can do there. But yeah, that's that I got coming out on the channel. So is what it is. I got the Glock 47 review, and then I've got the world's cheapest body armor, and I've got the I've got a 308 video coming out. So
Cool.
yeah, so it's 308 with Spear Gold Dot. So there's that. All right, guys. God bless. Take care. We'll see you at the range. Everybody have a great night, and thanks for staying up late if you're on the East Coast, and wondering why it's called Late Night Gun Chat if you're on the West Coast. See you later.